So hello gamers and welcome back to another BattleBit Remastered video. Sniper rifles are one of the most used classes in BattleBit by a very particular set of players, and they're pretty difficult to use. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about each one, their strengths and their weaknesses, and the best attachments on each of them. So make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. But yeah, let's start it off with the SSG-69. The SSG-69 only does 60 damage. However, let's look at the headshot multiplier on the sniper rifles, because that's going to tell us if the guns can one-shot headshot. And they do about 114 damage to the head, which is kind of interesting. If you guys haven't watched my assault rifle ranking video, go watch that, because that talks about a little bit more in depth on the damage and how it works in this game. But basically what this means is that this gun will be able to kill just about every single class in the game except support with one headshot. If somebody has a really heavy helmet, then this will not one-shot them, but some of the other sniper rifles in the game will be capable of killing in just a single shot. So let me just figure out what the damage on this is. So the headshot damage is 1.9 times, not 2x, which is interesting, but almost 2x. This gun does not fire quickly at all. It's probably one of the slowest sniper rifles in the game. However, it's not too terrible, and keep in mind that you have to click every single time you want to chamber another round. As you can see, then I can click. So let's look at some of the other stats. So this gun does 10 damage to light armor vehicles and only 1 to heavy, but it can damage a tank, which is interesting. Heavy armor meaning like tanks and LAVs and stuff like that. Light armor meaning like a Humvee. The recoil stats don't really matter, but they're not too bad either. But the velocity on this one is pretty slow. That's about as much as an AUG 3. It's better than most guns in this game, but it's a sniper rifle. You want it to be really, really good. The control stat is 0.51 on this one, which does mean it does have a little bit of sway to it. However, you can hold down shift to get rid of that, and you get plenty of time to shift to steady to hit that shot that you really want to hit. Honestly, the breath holding in this game is super generous, but honestly makes a lot more sense than most games, because like, yeah, people can hold their breath for quite a while. And this starts with a 6x. You can run this PTR 40 Hunter, which is I think a 40x scope, which is awesome. Oh my gosh. And you can run a topside on this, so if you really wanted to, you could run a 40x scope and go for like really, really far shots. And then for barrels, the only barrel you're ever going to want to use on a sniper rifle is a long barrel, because that will increase your velocity by quite a bit, which is going to make the gun quite a bit easier to use over range. There's another barrel called the Son 762 that will increase your velocity, but not by quite as much. This does increase it by 10%. And then for your rail here, the only thing you should be running is the B25 URK, because the other grips in this game don't really matter. And the bipod is really interesting because it has terrible handling stats, but it will reduce your recoil if you're prone or you're against something. But honestly, it doesn't really matter, because yeah, you're using a sniper rifle. The recoil doesn't really matter, and it does make your gun have less sway, but honestly, that doesn't really matter that much. I don't think sway is really that big of a deal in this game. That's just my opinion. So if you kind of hate sway, then you can use something else. But yeah, on all sniper rifles, I do recommend a long barrel and a URK. And this one does have an extended mag for 20 rounds, and it does not affect your bolting speed, which is awesome. And if you want 20 rounds, that is quite a lot of shooting before you actually have to switch off, which is nice. This one has one of the largest magazines in the game anyway, of 10 rounds by default, which is really good. But if you need 20 rounds, it's there. Moving on to your bolts. First off, you have the bolt action A, which will improve your bolting speed by just a tiny bit. Honestly, it does not matter. You can run the bolt A. It really doesn't have any other downsides or upsides really. And then next up, you have the bolt action B, which will make your drawing speed a little bit faster, your sway a little bit higher, but will allow you to bolt while you're aiming down sights, which is pretty nice, because as you can see, you can stay scoped in. It'll move your sight a little bit, but if you're actually going for like a secondary shot on a guy, it can be kind of helpful. I kind of don't like to do that. I like to aim out every single time I shoot, but that's just my opinion. But it does allow you to actually aim down while you're bolting back in, which is kind of better. So overall, I would recommend this. It doesn't really have a massive downside to your bolting speed. But then we have the C bolt, and the C bolt will allow you to auto bolt action and bolt in ADS. So as you can see, this is really good, because I'm not actually having to click again, which is really helpful. Now sniping is going to feel a lot more fun. The D-bolt is essentially the same thing, but gives you a better bolting speed. And same with the bolt action E, which is probably the best one overall. Of course, just run whatever suits you. Most of these will allow you to auto bolt action or bolt in ADS, so definitely run these. I think they're going to add more upsides and downsides to them in the future, but yeah, this is going to make the snipers feel that much better, and definitely you're going to want to go for one of these when you get more kills on your sniper rifle. But moving on, now we have the SV98, which does a little bit more damage, and this one has a 10-round magazine. Of course, you're going to want a long barrel on this one as well. I'm not really going to go into too much what all the bolts do, because they are pretty similar on every single sniper rifle. So what we're going to talk about that actually matters is how fast they fire, which first off, this one seems to fire a little bit slower. It says it doesn't, but I think it does. It's a little bit more damage. The main thing that does make it better though is that this does have a decent amount more velocity, which does make it, in my opinion, a little bit better. This has the same velocity as the long barrel on the first sniper rifle. Just shot the wrong target. That was funny. But yeah, this is a little bit better. Use it with one of the high tier bolts and it's still going to be really, really good. And yeah, it's definitely a little bit of an upgrade. The first sniper rifle here though is going to be a 2 out of 5. I don't think it's good at all. I think it's bad. The second one is a 3 out of 5. It's not much better, but it's a little bit better. But then we have the L96. L96 though does a little bit more damage, has a lot more velocity, but this one has a lot better control. So this sniper is where the snipers actually start getting a little bit better. The L96 just feels like another upgrade to a lower ranked sniper rifle. I think these snipers early on especially are really, really similar, and it's kind of annoying. Like, it has more velocity, but this one does have a 15 round mag. More recoil doesn't matter, but slower reload time and stuff. But it also has a short mag for only 6 rounds, but it gives you pretty good handling and stuff like that. So maybe that's going to be worth it for you, because look at that aiming speed. So this is the reason that I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. Yes, it went 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, but higher ranked sniper rifles are sadly just going to be a lot better a lot of the time. So this only gives you 6 rounds, but you're going to have way better handling. If you look at the damage graph here, it actually goes all the way up to 97, which is really nice. Not going to be able to one-shot anybody, but it's pretty close to being able to. But then next up, we have the Remington 870, which says it bolts really slow, but honestly, yeah, I guess it makes sense. This thing bolts really freaking slow. So what's the advantage of this one? Well, it does the same damage as the L96. It has a little bit less velocity. It has worse control. It aims a little bit faster, but it's only got 5 rounds and it has a 12 round mag. But of course, that's going to be even more annoying for your aiming speed and stuff. So what is the advantage of this one? Well, I guess it looks kind of cool, but this has a 5 round magazine. It takes forever to bolt. Maybe the walk speed is good. Running speed of 0.94 versus 1. It even has a slower running speed. So I don't really know what this one is for. This is a 2 out of 5. I think it's still good because it's just like any other sniper rifle where it can one-shot headshot, and it has better velocity than the starter sniper rifle. But the starter sniper, it does have 10 rounds instead of 5 and a little bit faster bolting speed. So I think this gun is all right, but yeah, it's a 2 out of 5. There's no reason to use it over the L96. But then next up, we have the M200 or the Intervention. Now, the Intervention does 70 damage, so it's doing a full 5 more than the Remington. And it's got a bolting speed of 0.8, so faster than the Remington, but slower than the L96. Maybe, because honestly, the bolting speed seems pretty solid, and it starts being able to bolt way faster. So I think it does take longer to bolt, but it has a faster cooldown, which makes this a way faster sniper rifle. It has a magazine size of 7, but it can go down to 5 if you want more recoil, but a faster reload and stuff. I kind of prefer the 7 rounds on this one, to be honest. And it has all these bolts that we've talked about before, the URK grip, and of course the long barrel. And also, yes, the velocity is 1400. But not only that, it goes from 70 to 105 damage at very long range, as well as 110 damage with the long barrel. But yes, the walking speed and stuff is not that great, but you get 7 rounds, a ton of velocity, and it does 139 to the head, which, yes, it can one-shot headshot even the tankiest of helmets, which is awesome. And the velocity is like laser fast as well. So this is a really, really good gun. Probably the best sniper rifle in the game, all the way up to a 5 out of 5 for this one, dude. Really, really good sniper. I mean, it's the Intervention. The only thing I don't like about it is that you can't really see it's the Intervention unless you reload, and then you're like, oh, it's the Intervention. But other than that, it's kind of difficult to tell. But it's a good gun, you know? I mean, yeah, I feel like I should end the video here, but there's actually one more sniper rifle after this one, which is crazy. That's the MSR, which only does 64 damage, has a 6 round or 8 round magazine, and I guess it has 1100 velocity, but honestly, I feel like this gun is a 1 out of 5 simply because you have a better sniper rifle, and it's called the Intervention, and you don't have to level up anymore to get this one. The only thing I like is that this one sounds awesome. But yeah, it doesn't bolt very fast. It's the same kind of bolting speed as the Intervention is, which means like pretty quick, you know? And it sounds really cool as well. It says it has the same bolting speed, but I think it's a little bit faster, but honestly, it's about the same. Magazine size is less, only 6 instead of 7. Velocity is less, damage is less. The RPM is supposedly the exact same. So what's the advantage of this one? Nothing, honestly. There's not really a reason to use it ever. I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5 because it is statistically a great sniper rifle as well, but the Intervention is just better. I guess we can talk about the damage to vehicles of each of them. This one is going 10 and 1. This one is going 10 and 1 as well. This one is 10 and 1 as well. This one is 20 and 1, which is really nice. It does do quite a bit of damage to to light armor, but not much more to heavy. And I don't know why it does so much to light armor, but it's not going to like one-shot a Humvee or something. It's just going to do more damage. This one is hitting for 15 and 5, so it is doing 5 times the damage, but 5 is still not that much. You can shoot at a tank and damage it a little bit, and the MSR is doing 15 and 6, so it is doing a little bit more damage to the vehicles, but not that much more to actually make it like worth using. I don't know, this is not the best sniper in the game. That would be the intervention. But yeah, guys, let me know which sniper rifle is your favorite down in the comments, but make sure to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.